Hi there, I'm Mistel Godlewski, an American girl who called the cornfields of Illinois home until over 10 years ago when I started navigating the chaos of life overseas. If you've ever felt that itch for something more, that whisper telling you to break free from the ordinary, you're in the right place. This podcast is your backstage pass to the wild ride of moving abroad. I'm here to pull back the curtain on the real journey, sharing stories that are funny, dramatic, and sometimes downright unbelievable. We'll explore the gritty details, from battling culture shock and navigating tricky visa processes to celebrating those small victories that make it all worth it. So whether you're daydreaming about a new life abroad or already in the thick of it, grab your passport and let's explore what it really means to live life beyond borders. Welcome to Abroadly Speaking. Hey there, friend. Welcome to the Abroadly Speaking podcast. My name is Mistel. If you're new here, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. I'm so excited to have you along for this ride. Today, I wanted to chat a bit about mindset. And I know it seems kind of hokey to some people. You're like, yeah, whatever, I'll be fine. I'm just going to move abroad and I'll be fine. The reality is there are a lot of mindset stuff that happens as a result of moving abroad. I'll say honestly, it can be a mind fuck to move abroad. Like your brain is going to go all over the place. Everything is going to tell you that you're doing the wrong thing potentially. And it feels overwhelming. And I really want to chat about that today so that you're ready when you're making the leap to move abroad. Whether you're already packing your bags or you're just thinking about moving, I want to make sure that you're in the right mindset to do it. When you're ready to take on the world, I think before you sip that cappuccino in a European cobblestone street or live your best life abroad, there's one little thing that might get in your way, and that's your mindset. Moving abroad isn't just about the logistics, though don't worry, we've tackled that too. It's about making a few key mindset shifts that'll set you up for success in your new life. So today's episode is all about your mental game. And trust me, it's just as important as getting that visa approved, because if you're not ready in your brain, you're not going to be ready for the visa approval. So first things first, we need to get rid of your I can't mentality. When you move abroad, you'll encounter challenges. You're going to encounter a lot of them. But instead of just saying, I can't, try asking yourself, why not? What's really stopping you? For example, I can't learn the language. Really? Why not? Now, there are people who are going to struggle learning a second language or a third, fourth, fifth, whatever language, and especially people who have certain developmental challenges that are related to learning. Absolutely, it might be difficult. But is it can't or is it a resistance thing? And if it's a resistance thing, why are you resisting? Why not? There's a lot of fear wrapped up in the unknown, and I totally get it. You're leaving your comfort zone. For example, if you have to learn a new language, it feels really weird. It feels really icky. It feels really hard. But guess what? It's time to stop holding yourself back. You can learn the language. You can adapt to a new culture. And yes, you can even make this work. It's about shifting from a scarcity mindset to an abundance one, meaning shifting from the I'm never going to be able to do it to how can I make this work for me? If it feels like you can't get over the fear of failure, start small. Take baby steps in your new country. Take baby steps towards learning the new language. For example, learn how to count to 10 and celebrate the heck out of yourself when you get there. Build your confidence with each little win, and soon you'll be tackling even bigger things. When you move abroad, there's also going to be a huge temptation to blend in, to not stick out, right? I don't want to be an American anymore. No, who wants to be a tourist forever, right? Like you don't want to be that guy. But here's the thing. You're not just trying to fit in. You're trying to live abroad. And that includes embracing who you are with all your quirks and all your awkwardness and all your very American accent when you speak French, right? So stop trying to be someone you're not just to fit in. The best part about living abroad is that you're bringing something unique to the table. People want to hear your story. They want to learn about where you came from and understand your unique perspective. And that goes for locals and other expats alike. The thing is, many of us try and blend in and try not to stand out like a sore thumb of a tourist. But the reality is, people are excited to have people from abroad living in their country. They're excited to share their culture with you, and they want to get to know yours too. I have a whole episode about Nomad Thanksgiving. And when we have Thanksgiving in our home every year with our friends, many of whom who have never, until we moved there, never had Thanksgiving celebration. And you know what? Everybody loves it. It's the hot ticket, let's say, of the year. And it's okay because we don't fit in. There's nobody else celebrating Thanksgiving but us. But you know what? So many people love to come because they get to learn about our culture and our family and our traditions. And then they get to share the same things with us. So don't be afraid to show up as your authentic self. Whether you're rocking an American accent or explaining your favorite childhood snack for the 47th time, it's your uniqueness that will set you apart and help you form real connections instead of just the fake ones that are kind of superficial because you're trying to fit in. If there's one thing that's going to drive you mad when you move abroad, it's your need for everything to be perfect. And if you're anything like me, perfectionist is in your blood, right? I wanted everything to be perfect. I wanted to have the perfect apartment. I wanted to have the perfect life. I wanted to have the perfect visa situation. I wanted to have the perfect budget. And you know what? Nothing is perfect. The apartment's going to have a tiny fridge, or the Wi Fi might absolutely suck, and your favorite brand of cereal is not going to be there. This is where mindset shifts come in. You don't need everything to be perfect. You, unfortunately, as hard as it's going to be, need to be adaptable. Adaptability is going to be your best friend. So when something doesn't go according to plan, don't panic, pivot. Find a solution and roll with it. Perfection's overrated anyway. Embrace the messiness of your life abroad. But the reality is, it's not going to look like your Pinterest dreams, but you'll figure it out anyway. And sometimes those unexpected things can be the most memorable part of your experience. When we moved abroad the first time to Switzerland, man, I wanted everything to be perfect. I wanted the perfect apartment. I wanted the perfect life. I wanted the perfect everything, right? And holy moly, we could not have been more farther from perfect. The first job I had, I worked from home and we didn't have internet for the first few days at home. And let me tell you, trying to work from abroad when your apartment doesn't have internet is nearly impossible. And it was really, really hard. And I'm on my phone and I'm at that point, this was 2013. You're not tethering your phone to your laptop at that point. You're like praying your internet's going to suddenly start working randomly. And it took forever for me to just kind of accept that I had to roll with things. Still to this day, my American accent can come out when I'm speaking languages. And people still understand me. People still respect and admire that I've now learned the language 11 plus years later. But I wasn't perfect to begin with. And I love my husband. He's trying so hard to speak perfectly and trying so hard to have the right accent. And you know what? One of us is fluent in the language and the other one isn't. And guess which one it is, right? So embrace the messiness of it, embrace the imperfections, because that's how you're going to grow. That's how you're going to have the best experience abroad, not trying to make it perfect all the time. Now, let's talk about independence. We all want to be that person who's got it all together, right? But when we're abroad, trying to do everything by yourself is a fast track to stress and burnout. You don't need to do it alone. One of the most important mindset shifts you can make is realizing that asking for help is not a weakness, it's a strength. Whether it's from me or from fellow expats or locals or even a friendly barista that you run into, there's no shame in asking for guidance. You're in a new place and no one expects you to know everything right off the bat. If you're not sure where something is or how something is, if you don't understand what someone says to you, ask. It's okay. And if you need to take a translator with you, true story. We were living in Basel. We got a letter from the Steueramt, which is the tax people. Essentially, it's like the IRS of Switzerland, only it was in our little town. And I was terrified because, hello, the tax man is calling, and what do I do? So I asked a friend of mine from work to go with me because I knew that there was a likelihood that they weren't going to be able to speak to me in English, and I didn't want to lose translation at all. It felt totally awkward to be like, "Hi, friend, can you come with me? Because I really feel weird and I want to make sure I understand." And they did. And it was okay to ask for help. It turns out they just needed a piece of paper from us. But I would have felt completely lost otherwise. And if I wanted to go it alone, oh man, if I didn't understand what that piece of paper was, we could have been in so much trouble. So find local expat groups or online communities or friends that you make when you get there where you can ask questions and get advice from people who've been there and done that or live there and doing it. It is absolutely a lifesaver when you're navigating the bureaucracy or you're trying to figure out the best way to buy groceries in a foreign language, or when the IRS calls and you actually need to figure out what in the world they're talking about. Another big one that kind of feels a bit uncomfortable is the idea that you have to know everything. When you move abroad, it's easy to think that you should be able to handle everything perfectly from the get go. Guess what? You're going to make mistakes, and that's okay. Living abroad is literally a crash course in learning, whether it's picking up a new language, figuring out the public transportation system, or understanding a whole new culture. You need to have the mindset that you're always willing to learn. The learning curve is likely going to be steep, especially if you're moving to a country where you don't speak the language. And that's what makes it exciting. Be kind to yourself. If you screw up, and I guarantee you will, laugh it off and learn from it. The mistakes are just part of the process. And trust me, no one knows everything about their new country, not even the locals. To be fair, when we moved to Austria, I learned things that God knows we all thought I should have probably already known, right? And it was one of those situations where you walk in and I had no idea. My husband and I had two different kinds of visas. He had a EU blue visa and I had a red, white, red visa in Austria, which essentially his visa was every 2 years and mine renewed every year along with my daughter. And we're like, what in the world is going on? So we get the visa paperwork and we go to the little visa office place, which, first of all, really scary. And there's a lot of people. And oh my God, they only speak German. And what are we supposed to do? And we need this paperwork. And how are we supposed to get this paperwork? And I should know all this, right? And I didn't. We had been abroad for 4 years by that point. We had lived in Switzerland. We had made it work. But now we're in Austria and it's completely different rules and everything goes out the window. And our local friends couldn't help us because they didn't know they didn't need local visas. So we gave ourselves permission to just figure it out and to ask for help and to say, wait a second, I don't know what I'm doing. And we ended up hiring a professional to help us figure out how we should renew our visas so that the next year we could do it ourselves. But at that point, we were completely overwhelmed and we weren't sure what to do. So it was necessary, right? It was necessary to ask for help. It was necessary to learn. It was necessary for us to be able to say, I don't know. And that's okay. Because as soon as you think you know everything, something new is going to pop up. And trust me, you don't know it. We've all also been to the point where when you are thinking about moving abroad, everything feels like the problem. Getting a visa is a headache. Your favorite cafe might be closed. And the paperwork your health insurance is giving you is totally a panic attack inducing amount of work. Here's where the mindset shift happens. Instead of seeing everything as a problem, see it as an opportunity. You get to find an opportunity to find solutions. You have an opportunity to meet new people. You have an opportunity to figure out how to make it work. Problems abroad are just growth opportunities in disguise. And before you even get abroad, problems with your visa, problems with your budget, problems with the movers, problems with it. It's not problems, these are opportunities. Next time you feel frustrated, take a deep breath and ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Trust me, the answer will make everything feel a little less like a disaster. The biggest thing here is taking it one step at a time. Don't let those small annoyances cloud your view of the bigger picture. It's all part of the adventure. When your favorite lamp breaks on your way to Switzerland, or when you have to go back to the same consulate for the fourth time, it's an adventure. It's learning. It's not a problem. It's an opportunity to learn something new. It's an opportunity to try again. It's an opportunity to get it right. So, yes, it feels overwhelming. And yes, it can feel like, oh my gosh, this is such a problem. What do I do with it? Or even worse, it can feel like, I give up. I quit. I'm done. This is too hard. If you can mindset shift from it's too hard, it's a problem, to what's the opportunity here? What do I need to learn here? What haven't I had the opportunity to see before here? It can help you shift through the hard times. And I guarantee you, there's going to be hard times. There are going to be bad days. There are going to be times where you're like, F it, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. I just want to quit. And the reality is, it's easy to give up. It's easy to be like, you know what? You're right. I can't do this. But if you can make the small shifts in your mindset, if you can say to yourself, wait a minute, I really want this. I really feel this deep down in my soul. I know this is the right opportunity for me. Then you can stop and not get stuck in the yuck. All right, world changer, it's time to stop letting those limiting beliefs hold you back. The mindset shifts we talked about today are your ticket to absolutely thriving abroad. And it's not always going to be smooth sailing. But with the right mindset, you'll be able to tackle whatever comes your way. The secret to success abroad isn't about having everything figured out. It's about being open to change, being open to figuring it out, learning as you go, and embracing the journey. I am going to drop a free resource in the show notes for you today. That free resource is all about our personalized visa checklist. You can take that. You can find your way through, start getting the documents that you need to make your move abroad possible. It'll be easy and simple and all the things. All right, my friend. Thank you so much for being in this episode with me. I'm so excited that you were here, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Thanks for tuning in to Broadly Speaking. If today's episode got you dreaming a little bigger or thinking a little braver, go ahead and hit subscribe, leave a review, or share it with someone who's ready for their own adventure. And hey, don't be a stranger. Come hang out with me over on Instagram at @IamMestelle for the real, unfiltered life abroad. Keep that passport handy, and remember, life's too short to stay in one place.